Hello everyone, Daniel Yuck here. Thank you all for tuning in today. I appreciate you. Today we are going to go over the healing process of a blown out tattoo. I recently blew out this tattoo for you all, so be sure to check out that video. I will leave it floating up here for you all. Within this video, if you hear or see something that you have questions on, I'm going to encourage you to drop a comment below. I'm going to do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive straight on into this. We're going to take a closer look at removal of the Senoderm as well as the blowout healing process over the course of about 15 days or so. Here we are about 12 hours on out from the initial blowout. It is still wrapped in Senoderm. Here we are about 24 hours on out after the initial blowout. Here we are about 48 hours into the healing process, give or take, and around 48 hours is when I remove the Senoderm. So as you can see, I did have some oozing there, and I can kind of see under the Senoderm the bleeding already happening from the blowouts. And then again, we're going to take a look at how these blowouts heal over the course of about 15 days or so. So we are going on about 3 days with this Senoderm. Typically, I'll leave Senoderm on for about 2 to 3 days. Whenever it starts itching, I'll go ahead and remove the Senoderm to let it breathe. But right now, this is about the 3rd day into this tattoo right here. So this is what we are working with. In this area, this tattoo is super sore. So right on top of it, it actually feels really tender to the touch still. And you can see the blowouts healing under the skin there, and that is really bad. That's gonna spread a lot, and I think most of these lines right here may just end up bleeding into each other. We will see that, but right now we're on the 3rd day. We're gonna go ahead and come back for the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then we're gonna take a look at it throughout its healing courses. If I zoom in right here, you can see those dots right here, these 3 dots. If you've watched the blowout video, they weren't like that. There were spaces in between them. So even on the 3rd day, keep in mind, we're about maybe 48, 72 hours, somewhere in that mark of healing time for this tattoo. And you can see that these 3 dots up here are almost touching together. And you can see a lot of the lines are actually starting to do that. Like these 2 right there under there, they're starting to bleed together. These dots bled together. These are going to bleed together. A lot of this is going to bleed together, so be sure to stick around. Let's go ahead and go through the days of this healing. Also, hit that subscribe button for me and ring that bell, as I will be posting more videos like this for you all. Here is day 2 without the Senoderm, and as you can see, it's still bleeding. It's still kind of bleeding into each other there. Tenderness has gone away. It's just slightly tender, but tenderness in the surrounding areas is no longer there. But this is the 2nd day. We will go ahead and come back for the 3rd and continue accordingly. Here we are 3 days since the Senoderm was removed and 6 days since the actual tattoo has been done. So we're going on about a week now since this ink has been living in my skin here. And these are the results. Just to be exact, this is 6 days since the initial tattoo, and you can see that a lot of the lines are really bleeding into each other. You can see these little dots up here, they're actually going to go and bleed completely into one another, and you can see all of the ink below the surface of the skin. We'll go ahead and come back day 7 and kind of repeat this process to get a good idea of the healing. But if you look up close real quick, you can see that this is scarred. So a good way to notice if the tattoo artist went too deep is because of the scarring. And I'm sure this can happen for multiple reasons, but for this instance, it's due to a blowout. If I go like that, you can see how these are still scabbing up pretty bad there. So day 3 since the Senoderm was removed. This is day 6 since the tattoo was done. We'll come back tomorrow and see day 7 and just continue this process. We are now on the 4th day since the Senoderm has been removed, and this is the 7th day since the tattoo has been done. As you see here, it's still bleeding into each other, and when I swipe my fingers across, there's no more tenderness. However, I could feel texture right here from the lines. That may indicate that there may be some possible scarring. I'm going to keep you all updated with that. But just to confirm, this is the 4th day since the Sanoderm has been removed, and this is the 7th day since the tattoo has been done. So here we are about 5 days after removing the Sanoderm and 8 days since the tattoo was done. You can see that the lines here are raised, they're shiny, and they have texture. These are clear indications of scarring. As I slide my finger over the top here, I can feel textures from all of these lines here, and we don't even need to really slide our hand or our finger over that area right there. We can visibly see that the skins aren't necessarily living within the skin, they're kind of living on top of the skin, so to speak. We are now 7 days since the Sanoderm has been removed and 10 days on out from when the initial tattoo was done here. And as we can see, again, just steady, constant, consistent signs of scarring. We do have textures. The skin is raised on almost all of these spots, all but that top line right there that's within the correct needle depth. Other than that, every single line and dot here is healing up with blown out symptoms such as scarring, textures. It is raised above the skin, and we can see that bruised look behind the lines there. What I'm going to do is put the days up here on the screen so that way you can see how far we're into the healing process. And I'm going to kind of just let this play out, and I will go ahead and come back at the end of it to conclude the video. Now, yet again, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below. I'm going to do my best to assist you in the best possible direction.
Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe for me, as I would truly appreciate your support. We are now 33 days on out since the initial blowouts were done, and as you can see, it doesn't take a lot to notice the textures of the healing here. It doesn't take a lot to see the visible bleeding into one another there as well. As you can see, those dots up top kind of just bled into each other all together. Every single blowout here just about has texture to it. Every single blowout here has some blurring, bleeding going on under the original lines. And all in all, every blowout here is visibly apparent. This is exactly what you could expect when you experience blowouts on your end. Expect textures, expect some adversities such as possible itching and blurring slash bleeding like this. I'm certain everyone may react a little bit differently, but for me, these are the results that I got on my end from having blowouts on my skin. Now, if I didn't touch base on anything specific, please drop it in the comment section down below, and I'm going to do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. I also have social medias all under the same name as my YouTube channel. I have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. I would truly appreciate the support on there as well. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me and ring that bell, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all. Thank you for tuning in yet again. You have a great day.